Hello, I am the Dark Knight Apologist, and welcome back to Dark Knight Apologetics. Okay, I'm your host, Jeremy, and in today's video, we'll be talking about Flat Earth theology again. This is just a quick biblical debunk. We'll be using the words of the Bible against the Flat Earth cultists out there. I honestly do believe that the Bible does not teach a flat earth. But anyways, yeah, this is just a quick biblical debunk of their BS, of their total hogwash. But anyways, yeah, we're looking at the we're looking at the verses in Genesis 1, and we're basically just gonna start with verse 6 here of Genesis 1. And God said, "Let there be a space between the waters, to separate the water from water." And so it was. God made this space to separate the waters above from the waters below. God called the space sky. This happened on the second day. And God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky be gathered into one place, so dry ground may appear." And so it was. God named the dry ground land, and the water seas. God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land burst forth with every sort of grass, seed-bearing plant, and let there be trees that grow seed-bearing fruit. The seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came." And so it was. The land was filled with seed-bearing plants and trees, and their seeds produced plants and trees of like kind, and God saw that it was good. This all happened on the third day. So basically, that's where they get the idea of the firmament from. This was the New Living Translation. I could read it out of the King James if you want me to, but I'm not a big fan of the King James. But anyways, yeah, let's read it out of the King James. We were starting at verse 6. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. Okay, so now verse 9. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together onto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. and God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit, after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And God saw, and the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So basically you have the firmament, and yeah, a lot of flat earthers think the firmament is a solid dome, but I honestly am of the opinion that it's just the sky. The firmament is just the sky. It is the sky that we see in the day and the sky that we see at night. And it includes the atmosphere, outer space. That's all the firmament. It's just the sky. The reason I am of that opinion that the firmament is just the sky is because right here in verse 8 of Genesis 1, and God called the firmament heaven. And over here, in a more modern translation, verse 8 says, and God called the space sky. So yeah, it's just the sky. The firmament is just the sky. There's no dome. The earth is not flat. It's a globe. And the firmament is just the sky. That's all it is. Okay? The earth is a globe. God made a globe earth. Okay? Now there was another verse I was wanting to look at. I think it's over in Psalms. A few more verses I was wanting to look at over in Psalms. If I can find Psalms. There's Job. Here it is, Psalms. Psalms 136. Here it is, Psalms 136:6. Give thanks to him who placed the earth on the waters. His faithful love endures forever. There are some flat earthers out there that are trying to claim that this verse teaches a flat earth. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it. Place the earth on the waters, to me that just sounds like it's talking about where land meets the sea. Again, where land meets ocean, meets water, a beach, if you will. It's just talking about a beach. If you read the verse before it, it says, give thanks to him who made the heavens so skillfully. His faithful love endures forever. And then verse 7 says, give thanks to him who made the heavenly lights. His faithful love endures forever. It's basic poetry. It's just a poem praising God. That's all it is. It's metaphors, it's poetry. It's not teaching the flat earth, but if we want to read it from the King James, we can. Let's see if I can find Psalms in the King James. Here's Psalms. That's Proverbs. We want Psalms. Here it is. 136:6. To him that stretched out the earth above the waters, for his mercy endureth forever. To him that by wisdom made the heavens, for his mercy endureth forever. And then over here on verse 7 it says, to him that made the great lights, for his mercy endureth forever. Yeah, it's just basic poetry. It's not teaching a flat earth. The Bible does not teach a flat earth. It's just basic poetry praising God. That's all it is. It's metaphors. It's poetry. We are certainly not talking about a flat earth here. The Bible does not teach a flat earth. It just doesn't, okay? It teaches a globe. God made a globe earth. And I want this flat earth nonsense to stop. This anti-science nonsense needs to stop. Christians should not be this stupid. Okay? Now let's flip back a few pages to one of my favorite verses. Over here in Psalm 104. You stretch out the starry curtain of the heavens. Now I realize this is poetry. But if we read the entire verse, you are dressed in a robe of light. You stretch out the starry curtain of the heavens. But does that not sound like it's referring to an expanding universe? To me, it clearly sounds like it's referring to an expanding universe. You know, Big Bang Theory. To me, that verse clearly sounds like a reference to Big Bang Theory. So yeah, the Bible supports Big Bang Theory. Okay? The Bible does not teach a flat earth. It teaches the truth. It teaches the truth. It does not teach this nonsense. Let's see what it says in the King James. Who coverest thyself with light as with a garment, who stretchest out the heavens like a curtain. Yeah, clearly sounds like it's referring to an expanding universe. I know it's poetry, and it's actually because it is poetry that I'm able to see that it's referring to an expanding universe. So yeah, the metaphor is clear. It is clearly referring to the heavens being stretched out. You know, outer space, an expanding universe. It is clearly a reference to Big Bang Theory. The Bible is clearly teaching Big Bang Theory. So yeah, the Bible does not teach a flat earth. So please, stop saying it does. Because it doesn't. Okay? We'll be back in a little while. Okay, so yeah. The reason I'm not going over any biblical Hebrew in this video is because I honestly don't feel like I need it. I just wanted to read directly from the words of the Bible, no biblical Hebrew, none of that stuff. I honestly feel like I don't need it for this. Okay? If you want a more in-depth, that's depth with a P. If you want a more in-depth debunk of the flat earth using the words of the Bible against the flat earth cultists, interpreting it in such a way that it aligns with the heliocentric globe model, then you want to watch my other videos on this topic. I have them in 2 separate playlists. The playlists shouldn't be that hard to find. They have Flat Earth in the title. They're on my channel under playlists. There's only 3 playlists on this channel, so yeah, they shouldn't be that hard to find. So yeah. If you want the more in-depth stuff, go watch those videos in the playlists. That stuff has the biblical Hebrew, it has the in-depth research. It's much more in-depth than this video. So yeah, go watch those videos. This is the Dark Knight Apologist, and I just wanted to say, see you next time.